Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. That was last week. Let's not repeat the same thing, right? I know you were tired of hearing me sing anyway. But I do want to welcome you back and say TGIM. That's right. Thank God it's what? Monday. The way we start is the way we finish. Start strong, finish strong. It's all about being positive on the beginning of your week, so at the end of the week you can still end on that high note of being positive. So that's the reason why I created Kisha's Life Lessons, and this is Kisha's Life Lessons blog week 3. That's right, we on week 3. Woohoo! Not only giving myself a hand, but giving you a hand as well, because you've made it through last week and you're going into a new one. So with that being stated, I want to ask you a question. I'm curious on how you felt about the message I had last week, which was all about clear vision. You know, focus on what your purpose is and being determined to fulfill it. That was such a cute little theme song I created. But, you know, how's it going? I heard a lot of great feedback on how you were inspired. I really want to hear how you're actually taking that information and actually applying it to your life. You know, did you create a vision board? Yes, no, maybe so. If not, it's still time. You still have time. Continue to gather all that you need so you can create that vision board. Because today, what I'm going to discuss is creating your life's manifesto. That's right. Life manifesto. Do you know what that's about? It's just a statement. It's like creating, you know, like declaring who you are and what you stand for, what you'll be known for, you know, and what you're going to stand for in life, as well as, you know, what's the most important to you. That's what Life Manifesto is all about. So, you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But, you know, when speaking about that, I love to look back, of course, so we can apply those things to today, because, you know, I created my life manifesto a few years ago. And of course, you always got to reflect back to why you actually do the things you do today, right? So first of all, let's just take a look over the past few blogs. You know, we first talked about kicking fear in the face and letting your courage be showcased. Then we spoke about creating a clear vision so you can focus on what your purpose is and be determined to fulfill it. And now I'm going to talk about Life Manifesto, which actually ties in with both of those. Actually, if I thought about it right, I would have did that before I did clear vision. But hey, I don't control the thoughts and where they come, so I'm going to talk about it this week. All right. So when thinking about the Life Manifesto and reflecting back, you know, I actually had a life. And, you know, and my life was full of different things that gave me lessons that actually revolved around why I wanted to create a life's manifesto. You know, you guys may not know, but as a child, I had, you know, a pretty traumatic childhood. Can't believe I'm saying it, but it's true. You know, I was a victim of abuse. I witnessed firsthand, you know, a parent who was addicted to drugs, and I had a parent who was non-existent. With that type of combination, seeing it not only through my childhood years, but going into my adolescence as well, I grew up as an adult with some issues. I mean, some trust issues. I had control issues. I just had, I just had issues. And, you know, I'm actually able to talk about those things because I believe everything plays a part in your life for a reason. Now, let's get this straight. I don't believe God put me on earth to go through the pain and trauma that I went through. But I do believe that he kept me through it for a reason. And that's why I'm able to share this testimony with the world today. So, you know, when I think about the things that I actually experienced, you know, I grew up, and when I grew up as a person who was so overly independent. I was a workaholic and a crazy control freak. I controlled everything. To whereas I was forgetting to live. I was forgetting to enjoy those simple moments that I speak about today. I was forgetting to stop and smell the roses. I worked so hard, and yes, there were great benefits to that working hard because, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't work as hard as I did. But I believe in now working hard and playing hard. I don't just work hard, I work smart, first of all. But, I believe in there has to be a healthy balance. And, previously I didn't have that healthy balance. And, with that, back in 2009, which is actually when this whole life manifesto became as popular as it is today, was also the time where I was going through a pruning process, and I held on to that, and I was able to create my life manifesto. If you don't know about Life Manifesto, you can look it up online, guys. There's this company, Holstee, Holstee. They were actually the company that became world known. Over 50 million viewers have seen this manifesto that they created, the Holstee Manifesto, for their business. And it created a whirlwind of people being inspired to simply just live. That's crazy, right? We didn't have permission before to just live, but I guess you don't really notice that you're not living until someone actually brings it to your attention. But, with that being said, back in 2009, this company, it was two guys who created this company. They had an idea about a t-shirt, and they wanted to create a t-shirt that would have a holster so it could hold something. But that wasn't what they became known about. They became known for their manifesto. They wrote this simple, statement about, simple things about if you don't like your job, quit. That's simple. That kind of stuff. Look it up in your spare time. It's really good reading. But, they spoke about, living your life fully and enjoying all of the moments. And, when reading it, it's so inspiring. And then when to read other people's manifesto, because you can find so many on the internet nowadays, it just inspired me more and more to create my own. Because as I said, I was such a control freak where I was forgetting to live and I was losing myself. And, with that, I had to dive deep into the reason why I was the way I was. Yeah, I went through trauma as a child, and I was one of those people. I was that 2% that my psychiatrist told me about when I was 14. He swear that 98% of the population that went through the things that I experienced turned toward it, not against it. Only 2% turned opposite. And I told him I was going to be that 2%, but I went to the extreme, by the way. So, anyway, I was that person who was controlling every single thing of my life, and I wasn't enjoying living. And then, something happened that made me change my entire outlook, and I'm so thankful for it today, because then I decided to create my life manifesto, which is like your life stamp. What are you going to stand behind? Because when I dove deep, I realized that I was actually just a over control freak, because I was running from what happened to me in the past, and I didn't want to become that. I didn't want to become what I saw throughout all of my childhood years and adolescent years. I didn't want to become that. So I tried to run as far away as possible. And I tried to, be the complete opposite of it. But I was going to the extremes with it. And then when having that moment, we all have those moments. When having that moment of clarity behind why I was doing what I was doing, I made up my mind that no longer was this going to be my life, and that I am the controller. I'm the creator of my life. I am not I'm not the person who, just because I went through this, I'm going to turn into that. I had the opportunity to create something different. You're not a product of your environment, so to speak. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't get it for a moment, but I got it now. But, with that being stated, I thought about, how I wanted to live going forward. I didn't want to live that way. I didn't want to live controlling every single moment. I didn't want to live not being able to stop and smell the roses and just enjoy a smile. Because smiles are the best accessories we could have. So, when I changed my mind and I made up my mind that this is what I was going to do going forward, and I created that life manifesto, I've been living by it since 2009. And, it has helped guide me into not only enjoying every moment of my life, but being able to motivate and inspire others to do the same, as well as understand why I do what I do. And, I'm going to share my life manifesto with you all because I want you to get the opportunity. You can pull some ideas from it to know how simple it can be, or it can be even more extravagant. It's completely up to you. But I want you to take that moment this week and be able to create your life manifesto, because you create the life that you want. Don't allow the circumstance, the situation, the experiences that you've had, good or bad, determine who you are. They're only a role in this entire thing that we call like a play. They're not the main role. So allow them to just, play a part, but not overconsume who you are. So, my life manifesto that I'm going to share with you all, I hope you enjoy it. But, before I share it, I just want to hope that you take something from it and you have the opportunity to create your own this week, and then share with me via Facebook and Twitter of what your life manifesto is, because I want you to be able to live the best you and enjoy it fully. So no longer ado, here is mine. I start off with saying my name as if I'm like Alcoholic Anonymous or something, but anyway, here it goes. My name is Kisha. I am a determined, enthusiastic person who loves to laugh and inspire others. What I stand for knowing that anything is possible. If you can believe it, if you can dream it, if you can imagine it, you can create it. And I create a life of growth. I create a life of enrichment, empowerment, and I create a life that's full of love and, of course, hilarity, because I love to laugh. That's my manifesto, and I hope you enjoyed that. I really want to hear what your manifesto is and how you're going to apply it to your life, because I want us to be charged to go forward and to live fully each and every day. TGIM, yes, but TGI every day. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit more deeper than the past two. I didn't have as much jokes, but I'll come back next week with something, I promise you. Thank you all so much. TGIM. I hope you have a wonderful day and a fantabulous week, of course. Be sure to tweet me and Facebook me. You can also post on my blog your thoughts of your life manifesto. Share that first. And then also share how you're liking the blog. I want to hear your feedback, because I want to be able to continue to give to you what you need. All right? I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you all for tuning in. See you next Monday, 9 a.m., of course. Love you so much, honey bunches of oats. Have a wonderful day. Bye.